grew up in a little country town called Jamestown in South Australia. I have 3 much older siblings than myself. I'm a change of life child, so I was very much alone. My mum was often very ill, so Mrs. B was my surrogate mum who I went to live with a lot of that time. I was given an apprenticeship at 17, which meant that I had to spend some time in Adelaide. So I spent 2 months of the year in Adelaide with Mrs. Fuchel, so she became my Adelaide mum. I grew up around older women, and there were 4 significant people who played a role in that time. My mother, my surrogate mother, Mrs. B, Mrs. Fuchel, and my elder sister. I've worked in the hospitality industry for the last 27 years, and it's ranged from working in hotels to fine dining. In 1996 was the turning point for me. Peter, my husband, and I were transferred here to Perth, and my mum had passed away, so I needed to have some new direction. Hence, I went into aged care and became a commis chef on the floor. My husband Pete saw the ad in the paper for the Wahroonga Activities Assistance Cook, and he said apply. So here I am. Shawnee, my manager, when I first arrived here, said to me that I had the ability and that she could trust me, which made me feel that I could do something that was good. The first week that I arrived here, the members I noticed were not eating very well, and I felt that I could improve that. So I introduced a menu every week that has fresh produce on it, lots of fresh herbs and spices, colour, texture, variety. So some of the herbs that I've included are paprika, turmeric, cumin, coriander. It's well known that they actually stimulate the appetite without you knowing that they're doing that. Turmeric is the youth to the brain. It's able to combat depression and anxiety, and it's well documented that it's used to enable dementia clients to have a better functioning brain. Well, it's important for me to know my members and that they trust me. So I went about every day going in and meeting and greeting them and getting their feedback after the main meal so that I got some idea of whether we were going in the right direction. I would go in and ask what they would like on their menu, and I started to introduce old style recipes to reignite some of their old memories. And I also introduced mini cooking classes that could stimulate their motor skills and sensory skills. Food ignites their senses and taste. It's their last sensories to go, so it's so important that we reignite it. I've been surrounded by older people throughout my life, so I find it very interesting that I am now supporting older people in my role through cooking. My job is to make sure that they have a nice full belly at the end of the day. And I love it when Trevor claps and Gloria and Chris, they smile and they tell me how nice the food is. And that means so much because I've done my job. We're only just at the beginning taking baby steps. There's so many more improvements that I can make for the members in the future. And I want to be a part of that.